Hello everybody and welcome to a new live stream right here. And right now it's Sunday evening and it looks like Bitcoin wants to break out, that we are going to see some volatility on this Sunday. So I thought let's have a look together at the charts. Let me quickly check if everything goes smooth, and let me quickly go over to Twitter and make sure to share the link for the live stream. Yeah, one moment. So how are you guys doing? Already some people joining the live stream? Maybe say something in the live chat. Let me know if everything works good, if you can hear me clearly and so on. Very important, of course. Go to Twitter. I haven't been announcing it, so yeah, let's hope a lot of people can join. I just want to go over some things that I'm seeing in the chart, and it looks like that Bitcoin wants to break out today. Let me quickly go to the... Hello everybody. Hello, it's working clear, okay. Awesome, guys. Wow, nice to have you here, man. Awesome, guys. Nice. What to do? What is the planning? Yeah, okay. So when we look at Bitcoin right now, it looks like it has been going sideways the whole day, and it looks basically to me that it's just waiting for the CME to open, the CME futures, and it will open in like 13 minutes or something. And I do think it's possible for Bitcoin to see a move to the upside, because if we look right here on the 1 hour chart, if we get a close in 13 minutes around these levels or a little bit higher, it means we have seen a breakout on the relative strength index, which maybe shows further strength, right? And if we go to willporter.com, guys, and we go to the funding rates, we can see that the funding rates during the whole weekend has remained negative. So this is another sign why I would think Bitcoin is more likely to go up from here. And it just looks like, you know, it just feels for me like, okay, we're just going the whole Sunday sideways, waiting for the CME to open so we don't have a gap. And then after the CME opens, we can go up from here. So I just think it looks good. It looks good. We might break out in the relative strength index. So that looks so far so good, actually. I haven't looked at many other charts actually, so that's why I thought I'd just go live and have a look at some other charts. First of all, let's go to the Dixie. I think we haven't looked at the Dixie. Yeah, and this morning, of course, I haven't uploaded the video. Maybe you guys noticed. So the Dixie actually looks quite bearish right now on the first side, because price moving sideways, slightly up, but the relative strength index is way up. So there's definitely a lot of space created to move to the downside. So I think the Dixie is not looking too bullish, which will strengthening our point, right? Which is strengthening our point with the Bitcoin price going up right here. But we still have some time till the Bitcoin futures chart opens. Exactly, Matt knows it. I have the Christmas tree right here, ready for the Christmas pump. This is actually the first one who said anything about it, I guess. But yeah, like since a couple of days, or maybe since a week already, we have a Christmas tree in the background. Like when I used to live in Bali, Indonesia, we don't really celebrate Christmas over there. But when you are in Holland or in Western Europe, when the Christmas is coming close, you drive in your car, you put on the radio, everything you hear is like Christmas songs. I always make a joke. You always hear all the time Christmas songs in the city center. You see lights everywhere, and actually, it's just really nice. It's just really nice because I also grew up with that, so I really like that. That's why we also have a Christmas tree in the back. What somebody asked, XLM, to have a look at XLM. Yeah, sure. Sure, we can do that. Let's go to XLM USD. Okay. Yeah, to be honest, looks quite similar as to Bitcoin, right? Like for me personally, I don't understand why you should be investing in altcoins right now. I think what we normally see is like we normally see after a bear market, first we see Litecoin going up. So that's the only altcoin which is actually would be good, right? Then, but generally speaking, altcoins don't do well in a bear market. But we first have to see the move of Bitcoin. Afterwards, Ethereum follows most of the time, and after that, we are seeing different altcoins. But then what we do is we always watch the altcoin against Bitcoin. So we don't watch the altcoin against US dollar, but against Bitcoin. And let's go to a more bigger time frame, the daily time frame. Oh, we still had some. Okay, let me make a nice uptrend right here. So we broke that uptrend. Yeah, of course, we could go up a little bit right here, maybe get another retest. That is definitely possible. But yeah, I do have to say it, the chart is in an uptrend, right? We got a low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low. You can maybe even make a small uptrend like this. So yeah, we are in an uptrend, but for how long, that is the question. Because if the volatility comes back in Bitcoin, then of course these altcoins are gonna dump more crazy. I just think like before we should invest in altcoins, which is actually high risk, right? We first should see strength in Bitcoin. And that is just what I think based on my experience from previous bull markets, right? So you always have this one altcoin which goes crazy. Let's have a look at Litecoin against Bitcoin. Yeah, look at this. This is actually, whoa, this is actually quite beautiful. Wow. Damn, yeah, this is super nice, eh? Because we had like a falling wedge formation. We broke out to the downside. We had some time below this falling wedge. We broke back into this wedge. That is often a very bullish signal. And right here, price just moved sideways and just capitulating a lot of people who actually expected this to happen. Didn't happen, but now massive pump Litecoin against Bitcoin. So this is Litecoin against Bitcoin, not against US dollar. So when this chart goes up, it means that Litecoin against US dollar is growing more rapid than Bitcoin against US dollar. So this is really good. And the previous time we've seen that, guys, let me get rid of the previous time that we've seen this as well. Let me put on the, maybe if we can see it like this. Yeah, that was right here. This was quite beautiful. We had like Litecoin rallying against Bitcoin. That was December 2018 we started. So right now we are on a similar time frame. We saw this rally, and actually Bitcoin was just going sideways, and afterwards following Litecoin. So Litecoin was the first run out of the bear market, and right now we are actually seeing the same thing. Litecoin is the first one to go up. If we were to replicate something like this, then that would mean that, yeah, maybe around these times Bitcoin could go up. So yeah, guys, that's why I am going live right here, because I think we might see some upwards price action. Let's go back to Bitcoin. We do see a little, very small green candle. Let me go to the live chat right here. Chainlink BTC. Yeah, let's have a look at that one. Link BTC. Get rid of this. Yeah, we clearly in an uptrend, of course, but we let me extend this one. We do run into some resistance right here with the relative strength index coming down, so I would be slightly careful right here. Definitely would be careful, guys. But yeah, if we see a sustained breakout and we can hold these levels, then that will be good. Let's have a look at US dollar Theta. Oh, this is nice. This is, oh wait, this is USDC. This is actually quite nice, because as you can see, this looks like kind of like a topping formation. We have a bearish divergence over on the relative strength index on the daily going down. So this is also, I'm gonna leave this chart open, this is also strengthening the fact, guys, that we most likely see Bitcoin's price going up, because we have Bitcoin price looking bullish, funding rates negative, another chart looking bearish, which is inverse correlated with Bitcoin. So that is actually quite good. Let me pull up some more charts. I always love this when you look at different charts which are saying the same thing. This is what I really like to see. So let's go to this one. Yeah. Oh wow, this one also looks bearish, guys. This is super nice. Wow. I like what I'm seeing. Yeah, okay. Short term yeah. Okay, on the daily it actually looks bearish. Look at this. We had like a triangle formation. We broke out to the downside. We get a sell signal on Orion's belt. Yeah, last time we got it, we didn't see so much. But yeah, okay. It's not like ultra or 100% bearish, but at least it is bearish. And it is another confirmation similar as the US dollar Theta. So what we want to see now, the futures chart is opening quite soon, so we will open that one in a bit. First, I want to check the S&P 500. What are they doing? We haven't seen this chart for a while. Okay, there is some room to the upside, but it's not too interesting. Then let's go to the mini futures. Okay, that one is also not looking too interesting, actually. So these ones are not confirming what I'm seeing. Let's go to the VIX volatility index. Okay, that one going down, that is good, but we do, this is a bit tricky. We do run into some support. And you know what the VIX is, guys? VIX is the volatility index. So when this one goes up, it means volatility increase. And when volatility increase, it means price goes down. So what you basically want to do is you want to buy right here and you want to sell right here. You can either sell at the support or you can wait till we see a breakout. So every breakout right here, that is really crazy, guys. You can use this this chart really good for your trading. Every breakout right here, like one right here, one right here, one right here, one right here, has been a dump in the S&P 500. So also a dump in Bitcoin because they have been so correlated. So let me show you guys. It's a bit busy on the charts. Let me check what I can do. Does this make it better? Well, I hope so. Okay, let me show you. So here we have a breakout, right? That was right here. We broke this trend line. Look what happened with the S&P 500. Bam, we had a massive dump until we came right here, topping out at the resistance. And then when we come down, the price goes back up. This orange line is S&P 500. So right here as well, look, the moment we break out to the upside, bam, dump in the S&P 500. Moment we broke out to the upside, bam, dump in the S&P 500. So this is a very powerful chart. Don't tell anybody. No, of course, more people are aware of this, but yeah, I don't hear that much people talking about it. But you can actually use, that's quite weird, because you can actually use the VIX to predict Bitcoin. Why? Because the VIX is good to predict the S&P 500, at least for dumps. And the S&P 500 creates panic in Bitcoin when it dumps. So that's how you can actually use these charts. So you got a VIX chart, which basically had nothing to do with Bitcoin. It's just measuring the volatility on the S&P 500. But it's significant enough to use for Bitcoin. What did we? Okay, it is 11 o'clock right now for Dutch time, and Eastern time is 5 o'clock. So I would say CME opens right now or maybe in an hour. Let me check. Oh yeah, sorry, it's maybe 1 hour later. Eastern time 6 p.m. It's now Eastern time 5 p.m. So yeah, that will take another hour. Yeah, so maybe Bitcoin will just move sideways. We did got that break above any relative strength index. So yeah, we do see that. That's quite nice. If we can go to some different time frames on Bitcoin, let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, I think it kind of looks, it can look nice. If Bitcoin is definitely setting, we are seeing some form of a setup where we could potentially pump. That is what I think. And we are seeing US dollar Tether, USDC confirming that as well. If it's going to happen now, right now, yeah, that is going to be a difficult one. We often see Sunday like volatility coming in. So I was actually hoping when CME opened, but I confused slightly because I thought it opens on 5 o'clock, but it's actually at 12 o'clock Dutch time, which is 6 o'clock. So that's in another hour. But yeah, guys, let me know what you are doing right here in the chart. What is this? Let me know. And I'm reading through the live chat right now. What are your thoughts about if we hit the Bitcoin bottom? Yeah, I can talk a bit about that. XRP looks like it's wanna go up. Triangle broke on the daily time frame. We could have a look at that. Think the Dixie will bounce on the 200 moving averages or just down? Okay, a lot of stuff. Let's start with the Bitcoin bottom. Did Bitcoin bottomed right here? Well, yeah, it's just very hard to say. It's just not smart to make that prediction, right? Like, did Bitcoin bottom? Like, honestly, I don't know. I have no clue if Bitcoin did bottom right here. I think we will know in a couple of months if that will be the case, because based on time, we are going to leave the bear market quite soon. And let me show you what I mean with based on time. And let's go to the weekly time frame right here. So this is like the 4-year cycle, which I got from Bob Lucas, very good YouTube channel out there. But there's also a bigger 60-year cycle. I made a separate video about it. If you want to learn more about that, you can definitely check out that video. You just go to my channel page. If you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe. But find that video where I say the Bitcoin bottom will be predicted by this cycle, because this is actually super bullish. It shows us the following. So we got a 3 years up market, 1 year down. 3 years up, 1 year down. 3 years up, 1 year down. We almost completed that one, but then we have the last 4-year cycle, which will be the opposite. 1 year up and 3 years down. Why is that the opposite? Because this is working with a asset cycle, a asset class cycle. Let me show you. Do we have that on this chart? Let me check. Yes, we do got that. And that's actually what I'm explaining in that video more detailed. So this is basically, guys, the whole .com bubble. Okay, so the whole .com bubble also was a 16-year cycle with a 3 years up, maybe even longer sometimes, 1 year down. 3 years up, 1 year down. 3 years up, 1 year down. But the last 4-year cycle is different. That is the opposite. So we have 1 year up, was a little bit longer to be honest, and then 3 years down. So this is what I'm expecting with Bitcoin as well. And that might trap a lot of people, because a lot of people are bearish. They think the Bitcoin's market right now needs years to recover. And although that's possible, I'm not saying that is not possible. I'm not saying that I know for 100% sure that this is going to happen. But I do find it really interesting, and I do see with my own analysis that every time when I just analyze based on time, it is most successful. So I definitely think there could be a lot of truth in this. I don't know if you guys remember the Shemitah cycle that I've talked about. If you remember, let me know in the comment section, let me know in the live chat, because this was actually quite crazy. I've been talking about the Shemitah cycle. I have a video about it. I got 3,000 or 4,000 views, something like that. But that basically told us that the bull market lasts until September 2021. That's exactly when we have seen S&P 500 and Bitcoin top. So it was like on the month exactly, based on the cycle, which is basically, and this sounds really strange, but it's basically from the Bible. The Shemitah cycle is a 7-year cycle from the Bible. Like on a week also, you got like certain days, certain seasons for plants to grow, certain seasons for plants to accumulate that growth or take out the crops. But you got also a sabbatical year, which means 1 year you should leave the ground untouched. That is also like based on the markets, you should leave the markets. I know this might sound quite crazy to some of you, but there is a ton load of significance and truth in these things. Because think about it, everything works in seasons. We have winter season, we have spring season, we have summer season. Every season has different characteristics. We have the same in the market. We have a bull season, bear season, we have a alt season. You know, this is exactly how it works. And in bear seasons, we see company collapses. In bull seasons, we see the birth of new companies, the birth of new millionaires, and so on. Prices going up. Altcoin seasons, we are seeing like different stuff. So what I'm just basically saying is that for everything there is a certain time. Everything is rhythmic in the universe. It's not from A to B. No, it's like it's a cyclical movement that we are basically seeing. And I think we can also have that in the markets. One of the most successful traders is William Delbert Gann, and Gann was actually a cycle trader. Also, Bob Lucas, talking about the 4-year cycle, I think is one of the most accurate analysts out there. He's not really predicting the bottom and the top. Actually, he did really help predicting the bottom in 2019. But he just looks at the chart based on time. Only based on time. So yeah, if that were to be the case, then 2023 might be way more bullish than most of you expect. And then we got a 3-year long bear market where Bitcoin even could go below 10K actually. That is possible. But of course, it doesn't mean that this needs to happen. But this is something that I'm watching. So definitely, guys, when the price moves up right here, we surpass previous all-time high, and we are at this period and we enter the red zone, I will make a very loud noise here on YouTube that you should take profits. I would definitely make sure that all of my subscribers will get that message of taking profits whenever that's necessary. That you don't be too much dreaming in the bull market like we all did in 2020, 21 and 20. Don't do magical thinking. Use facts from the past. Well, what are facts? And what is magical thinking? I think if you think based in cycles, I think it's not magical thinking at all. I think it's really look at this. You can just look at certain periods and see how price behaves. I think also in terms of months, like why is September always one of the most bearish months? It's coming every year back. It's just a periodical thing. I think periodic events are very significant. It gives the trader also, like that is also the advantage, yeah? If you look at these cycles, if you always look like what we're doing on the channel, of course, we always we look at the 1 hour chart, we look at the 4 hour chart, we always focused on this shorter term time frame. So as a trader, it's also good to sometimes zoom out and check, okay, where are we in the grander scheme of things? You know, where are we actually? And I think this definitely can give us a better clue, because if you are a hodler, if you are an investor, for me it's definitely a no-brainer to invest right now. I can show this chart to a lot of people. You can explain quite clearly that right now is just the awesome time to buy Bitcoin. Maybe yes, we could drop a little bit lower. You maybe have a downside risk of losing 25%, maybe even 50%. But your chances of doubling, tripling, or maybe quadrupling your money is quite high, and even in a quite short time frame, maybe 1 or 2 years, right? So these odds are definitely in the favor of the investor right now. If you're looking for long-term buys on Bitcoin, I wouldn't be looking that much further. Of course, you can set some buy orders below the prices that we are right now, but in generally, I think Bitcoin is these levels are quite nice to buy. Also, this is the let's look at another Bitcoin chart. This one also looks quite nice. Wow, if we close that weekly, actually, this green, yeah, that is beautiful. Look at this, guys. Another chart actually not looking too bearish, right? We have this declining channel. I've been pointing this out already multiple times. We're touching the support after a dump right here. We touch the support. If we get a nice green candle close today, it means we close the weekly like this. Let's see how that looks on, for example, Hike and Ash. No, yeah, that will take some time until that one turns green. But this is like a bullish hammer on the weekly time frame. So I think it would be definitely more likely, you know, like a lot of things pointing towards the upside to me, to be honest. So my thoughts on Bitcoin at the moment, I'm actually quite bullish. Short term I'm bullish, and macro I'm also bullish. But that doesn't mean that we necessarily have seen the bottom. Like I don't wanna like say that we have 100% seen the bottom, because I basically just don't know. What I do know, what I'm a little bit more confident about, is that right now in the shorter term time frame, Bitcoin look more bullish. It shows as well in the other charts that we are seeing right here. It shows it on Will Portal with negative funding. So I think Bitcoin in the next days will go up, if not for the coming weeks. I think 18, 19K is definitely more likely than right now going to 14K. I can be wrong. Did Bitcoin bottom? That I just don't know. We can go to 19K and then maybe see a big capitulation event in December or January, right? Something similar like we have seen in the crash in March 2020. These things are possible. But if you would ask me, like I say, like if you would ask me, should I buy Bitcoin right now for the longer term time frame? Well, I think your risk to reward ratio is definitely hella good. I just come back from the sauna. I heard people, my friends are asking me about Bitcoin. They all tell me Bitcoin is dead. You should sell your Bitcoin. These are all signs for me that that's actually Bitcoin is way close to a bottom than most people think, because the thoughts of people are going like this most of the time at the bottom. I recognized it in the early days with myself too. Like a lot of people come to a point where they really start to lose their belief in Bitcoin. They just think like, yeah, I don't know about Bitcoin anymore. Like I used to think when Bitcoin was at 50, 60,000, I used to think that, yeah, it could disrupt the world. But right now, at 16,000, I think Bitcoin might be going out of adoption. Well, that is actually the stupidest thing to think, because Bitcoin itself hasn't changed, right? Bitcoin is the same as 50 or 60,000 than it is right now. It is exactly the same. Well, there is something that changed, and that is the hash rate. So the hash rate is even higher, which means the Bitcoin network is even more safe than it was before. So actually Bitcoin improved during the time. the price went down, but Bitcoin improved. So the solution that Bitcoin offers is already a revolutionary solution. Like, I've been living on Bitcoin for multiple years in foreign countries. It made it so easy to exchange money. I can see people, more and more people accepting Bitcoin. I see it on Twitter all the time. New countries or new vendors, restaurants are starting to accept Bitcoin. Why? Because it's easy. A lot of people have it. It's an international currency. It's super easy to use Bitcoin and to extract value. And that is the strong part of Bitcoin, which has never lost. The price is just down because of a cyclical event, emotional event basically, where people are just in despair and in depression. And that is just how everything works. Like, if you look at, like that, this sounds maybe a little bit too mystical. I don't want to be too wavy right here, but if you look at your own life and if you look at your own progress and if you look at your own development, doesn't matter what you do. Is it if you are in math, if you are a piano player, if you are a painter, whatever you do, you never, even with this YouTube channel, whatever, with my Bitcoin portfolio, like nothing goes in a straight line up, right? We always have cycles within yourself too. Like cycles within a relationship. Sometimes you have periods where you thrive with somebody else. Sometimes there's a period you don't connect so good with that person. You connect better with another person. So everything is cyclical. And yeah, I think the markets are the best example for that. And if you can, that's the strong point. If you can recognize these cycles, you basically own the markets, because you don't need to know where the price is. You just need to know, okay, is the season for buying there or is the season for selling there? That's all you need to know, basically, right? So if you can know these cycles, if you can recognize them, you can really own these markets. And if you only focus on the shorter term time frame, you lose these focus. So Bitcoin can enter a bear market and you don't even know about it. You can have a nice trade up to 60k and you can trade good in those shorter term time frames, but you have no clue what's happening on a macro perspective, because just like anybody else, when Bitcoin is at 60k, and including me, guys, I also expect Bitcoin. I was hoping and expecting Bitcoin to go to $100,000. But it didn't went to $100,000. And if you would look at the time, you would know that Bitcoin topped, not at the price. And of course, I know now it's easy to say for me, yeah, if you look at the time, of course, but this just shows how significant time is actually. Yes, it's insecure times, guys. Spot is selling, but perps is trending higher. I don't know about that. So probably move to 18k before more down. Yeah, I also think short term definitely. Also, we see a nice break in the relative strength index. It looks like we could go up from here. Still waiting on FTX follow. Yeah, dude, it's actually quite crazy. I've seen BitBoy is in the Bahamas, right? Crazy. Looking for FTX. Actually, I have to say, like, I don't know what happens there. I have no contact with BitBoy. I also don't really watch his videos. I don't really watch much videos from anybody on YouTube concerning crypto, because I just want to stay a little bit distant from that. But I do have to say I have respect for BitBoy to take so much attention to this FTX case, because imagine, guys, like these FTX exchange is like very like SBF is very wealthy, has a lot of money, can buy a lot of people into corruption, can donate a lot of money to political parties and so on, can basically buy his freedom, right? And who's gonna say anything about it? You know, we often think like in the world, like, no, that's not possible. He would never get away with that. But nobody's doing anything, right? Who is powerful enough to do anything? You need like the public narrative to shift towards a certain thing this case is going to be SBF FTX, to really get a change, right? Like, it's very difficult as an individual to make a change, especially with such high powers and such a lot of money involved. What are we going to do? So I actually have a lot of respect for BitBoy. I don't know if he have different incentives going over there. That's, like I said, I don't know about that. But I do like that he puts a lot of attention on the SBF FTX, because he might be the only one who can really get some attention on this. He's one of the biggest channels out there, right? So yeah, I think it's actually quite nice. I thought it's really nice to see. Yeah, I think he plays it quite smart because he's the whole time online in the Bahamas, right? So, and he has a team with him, I guess, as well. So everybody knows. Yeah, exactly. No, but that's exactly what I mean, AK. You know, like you have, he just knows a lot of influential people, you know, up in the government, whatever. He just, yeah, can move a lot of money, can move a lot of people, can move a lot of mountains, can stay out of trouble. This is also sad but true, but this is basically how the world works, right? If you belong to that group of the ultra rich, like, rules don't really apply to you, right? And he can, like, SBF can screw over like millions of people and even get away with it. So that's why it's so important that people in the crypto community are basically standing up. Because if there's a lot of pressure on these institutions, a lot of pressure on the police, a lot of pressure on the governments, then they have to do something. They have to do something. Like, a wrong example, but you know the movie The Passion of the Christ? I've seen that movie like a couple of days ago. You can also see there, you know, like, because of the people putting pressure on the government, that's why they pursue someone. Otherwise, they don't do it. And maybe this is a bit a wrong example, because in this case, the government or the Institute Corporation should not pursue this guy because he didn't do anything wrong. But in the case of SBF, FTX, it definitely should. And with social pressure, if there is pressure from the society, then there can definitely happen something, I guess. If nobody says something, then yeah, it will just happen in the news. Oh, the billionaire who wants to save the world, he is the victim, he lost all his money, blah blah blah. And then the narrative will be like that, and the people who lost money, they will just accept, okay, I've deposited in FTX, I've lost money, this is just the way it is. And of course, you gotta own it, you gotta take responsibility for that. If you had money in FTX, of course, it's your responsibility. You put that money in that exchange, you own it, better own it. But also, I like it to see BitBoy having putting some attention on that. It definitely helps out. No, I'm not still in Bali. I would love to, actually. I would very much love to, eh? Yeah, I don't know if we catch the breakout live, because I think the Bitcoin futures market opens in like 35 minutes, and I'm not sure if I will still be here. Let me check. So guys, what else? What else? Are there any charts you want me to take a look at? Anything you want me to do? Yeah, crazy, yeah, that Kevin O'Leary guy. Yeah, it's just crazy, man. So much things are going on, guys, which we don't have a clue about. We don't have a clue about. Like, I would never expect. I would never expect this, that we get such screwed in our face We also seen it. Yeah, we also seen it like FTX was a WEF partner, right? World Economic Forum partner. That's also, of course, not a coincidence. And that's also why I think it's not so good that Shell enters the Bitcoin mining industry, because they are also a WEF partner. And yeah, I just don't think they will bring a lot of good to the space. GBTC is next to go bankruptcy. Is it like that? I don't know, because the last thing that I heard is that they had proof of reserves. Isn't that true? What is that chart basically? These are all actually good. Let me just pull up a new chart. Let's go GBTC. Yeah, this chart is looking good. Just look at this. Look at this. Yeah, if we close this weekly, probably we get a nice bullish divergence. Yeah, guys, this looks good, right? This looks like it wants to bounce. At least to these levels. This is like 19k or something. This chart confirms it. This chart confirms it. This chart confirms it. And the 1 hour not yet. But we did have a breakout on the relative strength today. I think we just have to wait for CME to open. I was a little bit too enthusiastic. Little bit too enthusiastic. What else, guys? What else? Anything else? What is happening in crypto right now? Like, are there any... Should we have a look at BitBoy's Twitter? Yeah, look, man, this guy got 1 million followers. That's huge. That is just huge. What is this? What is this, eh? This is, I should... We signed suddenly under... Okay, listen to the... What is this? Catherine Coley and Brian Brooks, two highly respected U.S. executives, re-signed suddenly under mysterious circumstances 2021 after catching a glimpse into the inner workings at Binance. Brooks resigned just 3 months after starting, and Coley has not been seen since. Yeah, I agree with this. Where there's smoke, there's fire. I don't know about Catherine Coley and Brian Brooks. This is the first thing I heard, actually. Let's see what BitBoy tells about it. This situation could be very bad. Would love to be wrong about this. If you are a person who have information and verification on her whereabouts, I would love to see it. I want to make sure she is safe. So actually, she disappeared. That would be crazy. Wow. I don't know. We just open up this Twitter. We find this information. I have no clue what's going on there. The 12-hour and 4-hour stock RSI is overbought. Are you not worried about this? Well, actually, I never really used the stochastic RSI. Should we pull it up? Stochastic RSI. Wow, this is wow, this is a very long time since I've used this indicator. Well, 4-hour is not really oversold. I don't think so. And the 12-hour. The 12-hour is oversold, yeah. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, interesting point. But if we look at the 12-hour, we also do have that nice bullish divergence on the relative strength index. Also on Orion's belt and probably also on the MACD. So I do think that looks interesting. But yeah, you're right. The stochastic looks overbought. But yeah, I honestly have not that much experience with the stochastic, and I don't know how significant that is. Let's look at the MACD also trends up right here, looking good. Looking good. Yeah, I just think we have to wait. We have to wait. So okay, what we might do? Let me just go over the scenarios. What we might see. What is this? We have an uptrend. Yeah. So what we might do right now, guys, is that we just go up. We maybe retest this relative strength index support and then see a bounce from there. So CME futures chart will open in half an hour. And most of the time we don't want to create a gap during the weekend. Thus the Bitcoin price will open where it closed on Friday. This is like happening almost all the time. Almost every time. Then the funding rates are negative, which will confirm that the price has a limited downside, but more likely to go up, in my opinion. The US dollar Tether dominance and the US dollar USDC dominance is also confirming that. So I think that is just looking quite good. However, of course, if we were to come down right here, if we were to lose this uptrend at, let's say, 16.4K, something like this, we always can test this level. Let me extend it a little bit. Like 16,000 roughly. But if we fall below that, of course, then most likely lower levels will be on the table. But so far, I think the scenario of Bitcoin going up right here still is more valid, or actually just more probable scenario. I can be wrong, definitely possible, but I'm just seeing a lot of signs. If the funding rate will turn positive right here, if we see a blue funding rate, then I would completely switch my bias directly into not be bullish. Because of the past months, it has just been very clear. When this is yellow, price goes up. When this is blue, price goes down. That's just, yeah, basically how it works for the past months. So, yeah, guys, I'm going to call it a day. I want to thank you all for watching. If you are new, make sure to subscribe. Down below, we're uploading daily videos about the Bitcoin price action. Very nice to be with you here. Very nice you joined the live stream. Had a good Sunday evening and watch the Bitcoin price in half an hour when the Bitcoin CME opens. I might be already sleeping. Who knows? I might be active on Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, find the link down below. Guys, thank you so much for watching. And I see every single one of you in the next video.